West Side Gun. I wanted to go hard on this episode.
Yeah.
Because like I was listening to that song.
Yeah.
And it just got me pumped up. You know?
Right.
Sometimes, bro, so I know we're getting older that we can't listen to rap because like, rap now is fucking trash.
Yeah.
But I just had to put that intro on, and then so people can get with like the vibe we're doing today. We got a new setup. He set up the entire lighting, audio. He's been doing it for the last 35, 45 minutes, and I've been just drinking Armenian brandy. So that's how you know how much we contribute to the project. He's doing 99% of it, and I'm just drinking. So
my boy here brought over some awesome brandy, and actually brought over a couple of bottles in the last couple of times we've been recording. But this one that we're drinking right now is this brandy that he brought over that's super smooth, man.
Yeah.
Like it makes me want to light up a stogie right now, man. Like I wish I had it right now because it's like that smooth, man.
It's strong.
Yeah.
It's strong.
It's strong, but it goes down smooth, man. It does. So cheers to you. I've known Fanto for 10 years, and to know somebody in LA and for 10 years and for him to still be here and for us to be hanging out, this is an extreme rarity because people come and go all the time, all day long, man. Like, and I just found out that my buddy, and you might have met him too, my buddy Elias, he's originally from New York, but he's my longest running friend here, and he just gave me the news that he's moving to Miami next month.
Well, that's what happens, bro. People wake up and realize that this city, this craft, show business ain't for majority of the people. And we connect because either you connect or you don't connect.
Yeah.
At first, you try your best to, you're like, all right, I want to be friends with this person. But if it's not there, if the upbringing, I mean, you can't force it.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried, growing up, you're like, I want to be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
I want to be the right. Now it's like, bro, I hope motherfuckers stop calling me. I hope no one contacts me. Because that's how it is, man. Yeah. Was he a comedian?
No.
Actor?
He tried it out, but he's an actor. Yeah. Okay. He, after seeing me, because I started out as an actor as well, and then I took some stand-up classes because I originally wanted to do stand-up from the beginning, but I thought maybe I would ease my way into it, right? Mm-hmm. So I'd get into acting and then get into a stand-up, And
you used to book a lot of shit as an actor. I had no idea you were first an actor. I was like, damn, this was a comedian and booking all this shit.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I came out strong too, man. I was, because I speak Spanish, I was hitting a lot of Spanish market things, which is big too, It's like, so like I was booking in Spanish networks and English, bro.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I did come out, with guns a-blazing, man. And what ended up happening is that the writers went on strike and the actors went on strike. Well, kind of like what just happened recently. Yeah. Like we were just out of work for 8 months, bro, just recently. Yeah. And what happened back in like 2004 was very similar. But back
2004.
Yeah.
What happened in 2004?
The same thing happened.
But did anything actually happen? Like any changes? Was there any changes made?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Big time, bro.
Okay.
Big time. Because, bro, these corporations, man, what people don't realize, man, is that it's show business. And that business is 99% of what it is, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's guys in the office, right? That whatever, and their bottom line is money, right? That's their bottom line.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Shocker.
So talent could go right out the window, bro. All that, it doesn't matter to this person sitting at a desk. It's a head of a corporation that's going to be putting in this money, right? Yep. And everything that they see is on paper, bro. It's not on a stage, right? It's everything they see is on paper, right? And what's the bottom line with them? Money, and how much profits are going to be made from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I learned the hard way, you know, and you don't realize how important the business side is of this whole thing that we're doing, bro. And because it's like, you know, us as creative people, we're all about being creative, man, and trying to put out the best we can, right? And I know you're very critical of your work, bro, because it shows, because you don't just stand up there and just talk bullshit. You go up there with well-written material, bro, and then you work it out.
It seems like it. It seems like it's all bullshit, but you have to make it effortless. But with acting, when you guys go on strikes and films, like comedians, they don't have that.
Right.
Like comedians, there is no union.
No.
Because you can get blackballed. Like I got threatened to not be able to perform at one of the clubs.
Yeah.
Like there is no union that I can go to. There is no union.
Yes.
You know,
exactly.
It's
yes.
like even though it's like I'm past.
Yeah.
At this club.
Yeah.
At these clubs.
Yeah.
I'm a regular at these clubs.
Yes.
If you cross the line, if you do something.
Yeah.
Such as calling out the booker's personal assistant for stealing your joke, they can be like, you're not allowed at this club because you can't stand up for yourself. That's exactly what happened. But there's no one I can turn to as a comedian. Comedians, they don't have that.
You know, that's funny that you bring this up, because there was actually a big incident that happened where a book was actually written about this very story that I'm about to tell. And that is, I'm Dying Up Here.
Oh, yeah. They made a series by...
Yeah.
At the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay. And that series was based on a book.
Yeah.
From somebody that was commenting about something that happened back in the 70s, bro, where, you know, comedians stood up to the Comedy Store owner and said, hey, you know, we're working for peanuts here. You guys are getting, you know, us, you know, doing our material on your stage, and you guys are charging at the door, and we're getting paid peanuts, and you're making all this money. And they did, bro. They made a shit ton of money. And basically the comedian was getting less or nothing. Less than $25, which I think right now the Comedy Store, that's what the going rate is for a spot.
From the last time I heard, that's what it was.
Right, and
that's nothing.
Right, and that $25 was a result of what happened. This whole incident,
yeah.
And what ended up happening is they protested, and a lot of comics. For the majority of the comics, they boycotted the Comedy Store, and because they were going to boycott until they rightfully got their pay. And you know what ended up happening? There was a couple comics that crossed the boycott line, Jay Leno and like you know, some other people, and to protest, one of the comedians jumped off of the hotel. I think it's the Hyatt the one next to the Comedy Store.
Andaz now is,
and now it's Andaz. Yeah. But before it was either the Hyatt or the Marriott. I don't know which one, but it was a hotel. He jumped from the top of that roof and he killed himself. Yeah. In protest of.
Did that help?
Well, they got $25 now.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, you jumped off the roof and ended your life for 25.
But the thing it is, like, that's back in the 70s, bro, and it hasn't changed since.
Yeah.
So
somebody else has to jump now. Hopefully one of the trash comics that work there.
So, I mean, if you know anything about unions, man, the unions are the ones that fight for the people that pay the union dues, right? So instead of them, you know, having to go through all these means and, you know, because, you know, that goes back to what, you know, we were saying first is, you know, we're creatives, man. We're not business inclined. We're not savvy and, okay, we're going to do this and generate all this money. So unfortunately, we get screwed, man, and people take advantage of us.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened back then. And that's exactly what's happening now. What you don't realize is I'm a union actor, man. And let me just tell you something. After being a union actor, I will never be a non-union actor. Why? Because the people that are non-union actors get screwed like comedians because there's nobody protecting us.
Is that SAG eligible?
Yeah, because they're not in the union.
Non-union. Okay.
Yeah, that means like, boom, if you're union, you're paying your union dues. That means if you're on set and somebody's doing you dirty, I call up the union, and guess what? They have a representative that shows up on set within 20 minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I say, you know what? Me as a union, because I'm paying my dues. You're gonna have to fix this, and they do, and they fix. And there's a lot of complaints that happen, but for the most part, the production is very, they know the rules, so they're not gonna mess with you, and they're not gonna try to break.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But on a kind of a side note, the union, SAG, right?
Yeah.
SAG union was during the lockdown saying everyone has to get all the boosters or else you're out of work, correct?
Well, that's not why the strike happened.
No. I'm just as a side note.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that did happen. Well, that was optional. Because some productions, they required, okay, you need your vaccine plus you need a booster, right?
Yeah.
Some required that.
But I know a lot of actors and people in the union that hit me up because I was saving motherfuckers' lives.
Yeah,
I was giving them what they needed to get their roles, to get their fucking things.
What were you giving them?
Cards.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, my brother got a card. Yeah, and that's cool.
Nice.
I'm totally good with that. Like whatever means possible, right?
Yeah. But they would lie to people. Like I know, what's that big comedian? Fucking he had a song. He had a show with Jimmy Kimmel. On
But the Man Show?
The Man Show.
Oh, okay.
Who's the guy?
Adam Carolla?
Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
He was like protesting. He's in a union. Unless you get all the shots and you prove this, you got all the shots. Unless you're putting this poison in your system, you won't be able to work. So that's the other part where the union can mess with you.
Yeah.
But that's a side note. That's a side note.
No, but here's the thing with the union didn't make us get the boosters, bro, or the thing. It was the production companies that required that.
Okay.
So they put it on the table. They said, hey, if you want to work on this production, we're gonna have to see your booster card or your vaccine, right? For the most part, the majority of the productions companies, they were just like, just show me your vaccination card, and that's fine. And you could have a fraudulent card; it doesn't matter. They just had to look at it, right? So but here's the thing: as a union actor, they paid us every time we got tested, bro. $100.
That's good.
Every time.
Because the people didn't even have work back then.
Right. So and you know what I mean? You know how many times I got paid just for taking a test? I probably made over $3,000.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Right. So would you take that money? Yeah, right.
I would.
Yeah. But the non-union actors, they got $50.
That's still something.
Right? That is still something.
That's still something.
That is
maybe
still
we
something.
should bring it back. Maybe we should go fucking.
Believe me, I tell you what, there's a lot of actors that
someone from China.
Bro, when that went away, I'm telling you, including me, there was a lot of actors that were just like, oh damn, like that's a,
I did make guap.
Yeah.
From the cards.
Oh, that's good, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna fix this light here, and then it went down.
Actually, I didn't make any money. This is all for entertainment.
All this is entertainment. We're it's like this is you guys. We're comedians, so
we're comedians. Nothing we say is truth.
Yeah.
Even if what we say actually happened, how we say it happened, it's
all alleged.
allegedly. We're good guessers.
Right.
We're good guessers.
We're storytellers, guys.
We're storytellers. That's why he's union.
Yeah.
He's the best storyteller.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's not a teamster because he can't tie up these cameras properly, but he's an artist.
Exactly.
And you know what I am? I'm neither of those things. I can't help with anything. I just bring the alcohol so I can prevent him from realizing that I'm not useful.
You're the talent. You're the talent. So that is something.
So what did the strike change?
The one just now?
Yes.
Okay. So like I said, it's back to show business, and that business part is 99% of what show business is. So these big corporations, bro, Disney, Amazon, any one of these big corporations, think it's okay to take a picture of Fanto and own that picture of Fanto. That means if Disney takes a picture of you because you're on production and you're working for them for that 8-hour day, right? They think that they could take what they shot and use it forever, infinity, indefinitely. That means
That's mind blowing.
yeah, it is mind blowing. That's why this holdout, this strike lasted as long as it did.
Okay.
Because these corporations that are making billions of dollars, man, and profits and all this stuff,
Way more than billion.
right.
It has to be fucking trillion.
Yeah.
Or is trillions too much?
So they're trying to get away with murder. And now that this, technology is changing as fast as it is, they're trying to get on the ground floor, right? So they're trying to, but see, that's what the unions are there for, bro. They got lawyers, and they're like, what's this fine print that we get to use your image for? There's a special word. It's not infinity, but it's like forever.
Yeah.
It's forever, bro. And when you sign the contract, that means you signed your image to be used by this production forever.
So they lost. They can't do that anymore.
No, because the union did put the foot down. But they're trying to get away with this, bro. It's madness, man. They don't have enough money. It's like,
I'm gonna refill this.
yeah, go for it. So think about it, man. And if you don't think these clubs aren't gonna do the same thing to stand-up comedians, you're wrong. Because if all of a sudden you enter into this comedy club, thank you, and they say, hey, you know what, Fanto, we have a right to film your set.
Yeah.
All right, we're paying you to perform here at this comedy club.
Yeah.
And boom. Yeah.
We're not sponsored by it, but we should get sponsored.
Yes. We are open to sponsors right now. We're trying out this cognac, which is phenomenal, which I had a stogie. But we're going on. So I know these clubs already do that.
They do even worse than that. They do even worse. So we're speaking about the Hollywood Improv in particular. First of all, congrats on
Thank you.
On the union winning these cocksuckers and
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Like
show business and everything else.
Bro, if you were part of this union, you would be Hoffa because you wouldn't stand for this bullshit. And I know you would fucking gather all these people around because that's the type of person that you are.
I would if I could was able to have the 3,000 and something to pay to be SAG.
Let me just tell you something. It's well worth it. It's well worth that because you make that money back, bro. Like you make that back in tests, for example.
Really?
How about that? Yeah.
Even if I don't have an agent and representation.
Yeah. On your own, man. On your own, you get union work. Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. Really? Yeah. Yeah, dude.
So casting and LA casting and casting what Central Access, whatever the fuck that shit is.
That's just like think of that as like a cardboard, a bulletin, like at the city, hall, whatever, saying, "Hey, we're looking for an Armenian stand-up comedian."
I identify as Asian.
Oh, I'm just whoever, we're looking for this sort of type. And
so how do you play if it's not those websites?
For work?
Yeah.
Well, there's I mean, that's the best way to do it.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
that is the best way.
Yeah,
And even with that, you can make that money up.
absolutely. Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah. No, right now at the moment, you know, I don't have representation in certain areas, right? Like
Yeah.
theatrical representation, but that doesn't mean I can't get, you know, as an actor, dude, and stand-up comedian, you're an independent
Contract.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, thank you for the info. See, you guys are getting free acting, audition, film knowledge in LA that I didn't even know. And I try to keep up with all of that shit. So
Yeah, man. Like that strike was not bullshit at all, man. Like honestly, it needed to happen. And see, the thing is, with technology moving as fast as it is nowadays, you need to revisit these contracts, bro, because you know the contracts. You know, like when this new technology happens with AI and stuff like that, where their capabilities, all of a sudden these corporations are able to do certain things like duplicate your image, right?
and your voice.
Yeah, in your voice, exactly.
There's these apps you can actually in Baltimore. I was reading on the way here while driving on the freeway because there was traffic. There was a PE coach who tried to blackmail the principal of the high school in Maryland by having an AI making an AI voice of the principal saying racist stuff, and he got him fined.
Oh yeah. That's wild, man. That is wild.
And then obviously they found out, and it's there's going to be repercussions. I had to merge. I had to change lanes.
Yeah, and there's also been you know, comedy albums of George Carlin made, right?
I hated that. I listened maybe the first 2 minutes. I was like, this is insane, man. There's a reason why. I think there's gonna be a switch back to like real and rawness and the human element. That's why people have stopped making these studios start making these Spider-Man movies. I mean, unless. Right, because I haven't seen a Spider-Man movie or any of these other movies that they've been making during the lockdowns. But even also the lockdowns really made people question what was really a good movie and good acting and what's not, right? Because now people are like, we don't want to go to theaters anymore. We want to watch shit that's weird. There's these channels on TikTok and Instagram where these people are acting out these crazy scenarios where you think it's real, but they're just acting. They're like, a guy found out his daughter's dead and he's just crying, and you're like, what the fuck? And then there's another video of him is like, oh, a police officer finding out that his daughter he saved a baby from drowning, and then he's just crying again. So they have this like weird mix of art and real story like thing just so they can get people's attention on it. And these people just make money off of it.
On YouTube?
On YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. They're doing these all these videos that seem real.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh, these people are acting in another video that seems real. Like someone who like delivers a DoorDash order, and like, oh, you gotta tip me, and it's like you're like, oh my god, this is fake.
Yeah.
So they're doing these things that seem real, but they're not real because it's scripted.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you that this is a script.
Yeah.
This is an acting. It's just one camera, phone. So it's like transitioning to this new level of garnering people's attention.
That's wild. But it is a real person making the videos, right?
It's a real person making the videos, and the thing that catches you is the thumbnail looks like he's actually found his dead daughter.
Okay.
And then you're like, oh, but there's another video of him as a fireman, and there's another video of him as a fucking teacher.
Yeah.
So they're just like, or when they do these videos where there's this kid on a bench next to a stranger, and then some guy comes in and tries to like talk to the kid or the woman, and then try to be like a creep or like a predator, and then the guy's always on the bench or the girl's always on the bench, like trying to protect the girl. But you're like, there's something fake about these videos. No real person would behave like, hey man, get out of here.
Yeah.
Hey, you better get out of here. Like you start swinging.
Yeah,
You start up like I'm so glad I'm not in any of these fucking pranks.
Yeah.
Cause I might allegedly kill someone.
Yeah. No, I know, man. Hey, I'm so thankful to that. I've never been pranked or punked like that because, like, I might be going to jail after that.
Actually, I did get pranked once by this big YouTube channel called it's this Armenian dude. I think he's friends with one of my brothers. It's called something idiots. His name is what was the channel called? And he took that video. He has millions of views on his pranks. Like it's like staring at dudes in the hood or like doing all this like crazy like. And then I remember this was years ago. I was at the park.
Yeah.
And then some dude comes up to me. And I gotta see.
You gonna pull it out?
I gotta see. They took that video out because I can't find that video. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, text me a link.
I'll tell you what. Top Notch Idiots.
Okay.
So
It's still up there?
Oh yeah, no, not my video because my show it was like 7 years ago. But I was at the park and this dude came up to me and he was like. He's like, oh, you wanna get blasted? And I was just came off a fucking bar workout. I was at Highland Park. I was at the park, and that park was like, where fucking bangers come in and they tag and everything else. But I don't give a fuck. I have nothing to do with any of those hoods that go there. So I'm just like I always go work out.
Yeah.
Would go work out there, and then some dude came up to me. He's like, hey man, you want to get blasted? I was like, what? He's like, you wanna get blasted? And I just jump out. I was like, what's up, family? Where you from? What's cracking? And I start running after him, and he starts booking it. From the corner of my eyes, I see a cameraman. But while I'm running...
Right. You're chasing after him?
I'm chasing after him. And he's like, it's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank.
You were going to like...
No, I did, but I
know.
saw.
You were going to... If you got him... Yeah. Like before, if you didn't see that camera.
No.
Yeah.
No. So, but I saw the camera, so I kept chasing him until he fell. And he's like, man, it's a prank, it's a prank. I was like... Follow my YouTube channel too, and then they're like, "Oh fuck, man, you got us," and they never.
Oh, so you saw the camera, I
kept going, I kept going.
I see.
And they took that video off.
Why?
Because I guess they didn't want to, you didn't want to look fucking, like that. Or maybe he found out that I do comedy and everything else. Say, I don't want to give you.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea, but you can't find that video anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah. Because you never know, man. Everyone's on their phones. Everyone's I got these like I do pranks. I used to do pranks with my Uber driver.
Okay.
With my Uber passengers when I used to drive Uber. Before I got deactivated for hitting a guy because he attacked me for not wearing face mask during a lockdown. Because I used to do Uber Eats.
He hit you?
Yeah, the video. We're going to put that on page.
Come on. Yeah, bro. So stay tuned for that video because I haven't heard this story. This guy's got 1,000 stories. I haven't heard this story, man. I can't wait to hear this one. Wow, that's amazing.
I can show you the video.
I'd love to see
in person, and you can react.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
Should I show you now? But I'll tell you the story.
When we do our reactions, we'll do that.
Yeah. So I would go and pick up from these stores, and I never wore a mask. I was doing Uber Eats and DoorDash.
Yeah.
And this dude was like, "You have to wear a mask to pick up." I was like, "Hey, bro." I used to date an attorney, and she was like, "No, you don't have to do nothing. You're an independent contractor. You're a third-party vendor.
Okay.
So you go into these spots, you don't have to wear a mask.
Okay.
So you tell them, hey, I don't have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
I'm not a person in this restaurant. You have to bring it outside. If you have a problem, you're not wearing your mask." And this fool was this bitch, this fucking faggot, bro, this motherfucker. He always like, "Hey, bro, you have to wear a mask." I was like, "Hey, bro, I'm not gonna wear a mask, man."
And he's in your car?
No. I have to go into the restaurant.
Okay.
To get it was in Pasadena.
Oh.
In Russell's.
You had to go into the restaurant for what?
To pick up the order, to deliver.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, you have to wear a mask." I was like, "Hey, bro, I'm not a customer.
Okay.
I'm picking up for someone who ordered it. I'm not going to wear a mask." He's like, "No, you have to wear a mask." Just making a big deal out of nothing.
Yeah.
So it was the last day of the mask mandate. There was a mask mandate where you had to, in LA 2022, wear a mask until you sit down and you take off that mask. I hope people never forget that. If you had a wore a mask or you told someone to wear a mask, fuck your mother, fuck your sister, fuck your grandmother. Anyway, so this was the last day of the mask mandate. And I had recording glasses. I was recording. I knew some shit was about to pop
Yes.
up. Because every time you'd always act crazy on me.
Yeah.
So,
Did you say the year already?
2022.
Okay.
2022.
So this is recent.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
End of 2022. Where the last day of the mask
It's over already.
It was the last day of the mask mandate.
Yeah.
I go and I was like, hey man, where's my order? He goes, he goes, you have to wear a face mask, man. I'm not gonna give you your order. I was like, hey bro, this is not my order, man. Cancel the order if you're not gonna give it to me, because I get paid when they cancel. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna cancel. You're not getting your order. I was like, hey bro.
You wasn't gonna cancel?
He said, no, I'm not gonna cancel. So I was like, this is my order. He's like, yeah. So I pick it up. He's like, put that down. I was like, or what? And then he comes around the counter to get in my face, and I go, bam! Bro, he jumps back, takes off his face mask, tries to come at me, swings at me, duck. I go, bam, bam. He tackles me. We fall on the table of this family that's eating.
Yeah.
And then he gets on top of me. Bro, as he got on top of me, he got so happy that he was on top of me, not knowing that I'm squeezing him and I got his one arm, because he thought he was about to hit me. He had no idea. This is my area, bro.
Yeah.
And then so I grab his neck and I start putting his head slowly under my arm to fucking guillotine him.
Wow.
And he starts panicking, and someone comes and fucking he punches me in one of the staff punches me in the side of the head, back of the head. So as I got him, some bitch ass motherfucker, one of the patrons of the restaurant, stops my arms because I was about to choke him out, and he sees what the fuck he books it. He jumps, he goes behind the fucking counter. And whoever was there, whenever their homie's getting beat up, he's fucking stopping him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I jump on the counter. This is where it goes away from self-defense, because I should have stopped.
Okay.
But now I can't stop anymore.
Yeah.
And I get on the counter, and some bitch is trying to hold my leg. She's like holding my leg, trying to throw me off. And I fucking kick her, and she claims I hit her chest. It was his of a girlfriend that was pregnant. So I get off the counter, I go up to him, bam, 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 and he's like running around. The cops come, and everyone in the restaurant, they're like, he started to me, and there was this black family in the corner. They're like, nah, he attacked him. They had my back. And then the cops came.
Yeah.
And they said, do you want to press charges? Blah, blah. I said, I'm not going to press charges. And he's not going to press charges, right? The cop was like, no. And then the cop went. He's like, he's actually pressing charges. So they gave me a fucking misdemeanor assault.
But he hit you first.
Yes.
So he assaulted you first. How can he press charges?
Tried to assault me first.
Yeah.
But he got in my space, which is technically you have room for self-defense. But anyone in your arm length is self-defense. But the reason he could charge me was I kept going after.
Okay.
I should have stopped.
Okay.
But at that moment, motherfucker, you can't stop.
You can't stop. Yeah.
So they didn't arrest me. They said you have to go to anger management, which was the most insane thing I was ever. Bro, they sent me to anger management.
I've been there.
Bro, I don't know what kind of anger management you went. This motherfucker made me hate everyone and everything that I loved.
Really?
Bro, it was the most antagonizing, insane, inappropriate.
Where was it?
Burbank.
Burbank? Oh, yeah. It makes sense.
Bro, it was Burbank.
Okay.
And bro, oh my God, man. This motherfucker on purpose was antagonizing you so you could say something.
Okay.
And then he could go to the court and extend your fucking thing. Bro, he was saying some shit like he would start off the fucking meeting.
Yeah.
It was like this tall, whitewashed Armenian.
Yeah.
Well, his name was Bob.
Okay.
Okay. And this, he was a type where he would never say he's Armenian.
Okay.
He's like, I'm American.
Okay.
Like whitewash. Like grew up, born here,
Right.
grew up here. He would say shit like, oh, I'm a mutt. I'm partially Armenian and blah blah blah. He hated all the Armos that went there. He would start off the class session by saying Trumpers are retarded. Anyway, so I was like, what the fuck?
That's how he started.
I was like, what the? Granted, it was hilarious, but bro, and then he was asking. He was antagonizing.
Yeah.
Bro. He was antagonizing, and I told him, I said, hey man, I got a big show. I was auditioning. I got Fresh Faces at the Laugh Factory at the time, and I was like, I'm auditioning. He's like, please, can I leave early?
Yeah.
And he looks at me. He's like, oh, so you've been doing comedy for a very long time, man. This is your like first chance to go. And he's like, he's digging into my. I was like, yeah. I'm thinking he's gonna say, yeah. He's like, no.
Oh wow!
Sorry, you can't.
Jeez,
Bob, fuck your mother.
So what'd you do in that instant?
I
You just took it?
Yeah, of course I took it. He was. What are we all gonna hit him? They're gonna send me. They said if you do anything for 2 years, maybe for like a year and a few months.
Yeah.
If you do anything, we're gonna add that into that charge, and you're gonna go because I had a record prior. You're gonna go to jail.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I guess I'm not gonna. But I
We're
went.
still on probation?
No, I'm off probation.
Okay, good.
And I went to Fresh Faces, demolished.
Oh, nice.
Demolished.
That's what's up.
Demolished.
Yeah. That's no surprise.
And I still didn't get a spot because the general manager of Laugh Factory, Enrique, fuck your mother too, you fucking pussy.
What did he do?
He never liked me, bro. Like the owner, Jamie, would tell the booker.
Yeah.
Jamie personally, he pulled me aside.
Yeah.
He said, why are you doing these showcase mics? You need to get spots. And then he went and he told the fucking booker, emailed the booker. So I have a fucking CC'd Jamie, and then they fired the booker and they fired the other booker. And I went and I told I was talking to Enrique and everyone. I was like, hey man, Joey, what was his name? Jamie said this, and they're like, wow, we don't give a fuck.
Oh, damn.
I got passed at the Laugh Factory 2-3 times, bro. Damn. And even when you get, it don't matter.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, that's
There's no
that's
evidence.
me, bro. I got passed at the Laugh Factory too.
Yeah.
I went to Fresh Faces, bro. I crushed, and this man, Jamie, same thing.
Yeah.
Came up to me. He's like, "You can do a spot anytime, my friend." But it doesn't matter, man. That's how crazy it is, man.
That's why there's no unions for comics.
That's what I mean. Like, dude, bro, you know why? Because, like, some comics, if as long as they're okay, they're not going to stand up for the people that aren't okay. You know?
I mean, I understand that, but there's so much, and I don't want to use this as a fucking like a liberal victim. There's so much unfairness, like inequality. Like I don't give a fuck about inequality, but I'm one of the funniest open micers in LA for last however many years. Regular.
Yeah.
I mean, past at the improv, they didn't give me no spots to be a fucking regular. But why? It's no one's responsibility. It's not my responsibility to stand up for someone else.
Yeah.
You know? But
Yeah.
But it happened so many times. There's so many people hit me up where they're like, it's unfair. I can't believe this is happening. There was a town hall meeting at the improv.
Okay.
There was a town hall meeting at the improv where the booker, Rita, who I was cool with. I used to speak with her for years.
Yeah. She's cool. Yeah. I know.
She used to be cool.
Okay.
She's the main person that she said, don't post any videos. We want this to go, when I called her assistant out, she's like, we want this to die down. Please don't post any videos. Please take that video down that you posted, and then we'll think about when you're going to come back. Like blatant threatening me. Like, what you mean? I was like, well, what to die down? It's your fucking job, bitch.
Yeah.
It's your job to to prove to me that I'm lying, to prove me wrong,
right,
and say that your assistant didn't steal, that didn't fucking do my joke and lie.
Right.
This bitch is assistant, trash. She's not even a comic. She's not a comic. She's not gonna do comedy for long, bro. She's trash.
She stole your joke.
Yeah.
You saw her doing it on stage?
Of course. She never. When I called,
someone told you.
I saw it. Okay. I saw it, and I told her, "Say, that's my joke." You know,
When she got off, or when
she got off at the Improv.
Yeah.
A few years ago, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Never, maybe a year and a half ago, whatever. So, and then we did a show. She heckled me with some other trainee. I start roasting her.
Yeah.
I said, well, you know, I called you a joke thief, blah, blah, blah. And then she starts going bananas. I'm not a joke thief, blah, blah, blah. I would never steal your joke because you're not even a successful comedian, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what, you know, suck my
What does
dick.
that have to do with her taking your joke? Whether you're a successful comedian, which you are, and she's just trying to like dig on you, saying that you're not.
She's a weirdo.
Yeah.
She's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Not under
No, any condition should you have the right to take somebody else's joke. It doesn't matter if they're successful or not successful.
100%.
Yeah.
So she was on the lineup. I had to go do a headline for Sean Weiss, who was from Mighty Ducks. Later on, I find out this bitch doesn't even do her set. She goes and cries in the back of the venue. She doesn't even perform. So the next day, I'm at the Hollywood Improv, just chilling, and chilling with the homies that work there. I'm with my one of the homegirls, Melina.
Yeah.
Well, I'm at the bar. She's showing me her pierced nipple.
No. God.
Big ass titty. Shout out to Melina. I know she got silver
$100?
The what?
The silver dollar nipples.
Silver dollar nipples.
She got like nice and bumpy.
Not. I don't know if she big nipples.
Okay. Yeah.
Big nipples. Nice. She's so funny. Big ass titties.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, and then I get a massage. I get a message from Rita, who's the booker.
Yeah.
She's like, while I'm looking at my homegirl's nipples,
Yeah.
pierced nipples, she goes, "Are you at the Improv?" But now I'm like, I'm paying my thing. She's like, "You need to leave the Improv immediately.
Yeah.
You can't be on the Improv." I was like,
Okay.
"Why?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, you got to leave because my assistant Gina, that fucking trash fake ass fucking comic,
It's slash assistant.
her personal assistant,
Yeah.
doesn't feel safe." I was like, well, I'm at the. I was like, what you mean? She's like, I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. I'll have one of the fucking people talk to you. And then I guess the next day, Ricardo, who's the manager at the Improv, he hits me up. It's my boy, bro. Before he got promoted, he's like, "Hey, man. So here's the thing. This girl doesn't feel safe, so you're not allowed at the Improv until April 1st.
Yeah.
I was like, "What do you mean feel safe?"
Yeah.
I was like, "You guys won't even know what or if I feel safe?
Yeah.
What does she feel safe about? Am I like, what am I fucking? I come here every fucking day.
You didn't threaten her.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
But she just told them.
Oh.
She told them that I threatened her. Not only that, she carried them that I threatened her boyfriend. And then I was like, "Hey, man,
Just making up stuff.
100%." She blocked me, so I hit her up on Instagram. I was like, "Hey," she blocked me. I was like, "Well, what is this you've been saying?" Blocked me. So I'm like, "Hey, I have a video
Yeah.
of the entire incident. Do you guys not want to see the video?
Yeah.
Do you guys not want to ask me for my side of it? Do you guys don't even care about what actually happened?" They're like, "No, we just want this to go away. Please don't make it a bigger thing than it already is." And I talked to my team, and they said, just give it a break. You're not allowed to come here until April 1st. I said, "All right, bro." So I made that video. That went viral. Even the booker and the Comedy Store was in my stories. So you're not banned. You can come to the Improv, but you can only come after 7:30.
Okay.
I was like, "You mean I can come to the Improv, but am I banned or am I not banned?" They're like, "No, you're just banned from 5 until 7:30 because that's when my personal assistant leaves the club." I was like, "Wait a second. What if I want to do the open mic? What if I want to sign up, or what if I have a show that starts before 7:30?" He goes, "Yeah, you can't do that because until April 1st." I'm like, "Bro, what is gonna happen on April 1st that I'm allowed back?" I'm like, "What is this the punishment for?" I go, "Are you guys saying that I'm a liar? That that the personal assistant to the booker did not steal my joke? That I threatened her? That I threatened her boyfriend?" I was like, "You guys are saying this because you're taking her word over mine?" They're like, "Yes."
It's wild.
They're like, "We don't want to." There's like, it's a dead issue. He goes, whenever you do come back, your first beer is gonna be on me. I was like, bro, you don't think? And they go, please don't make another video. Don't make this. We just want this to go away. I was like, well, you want what to go away? You don't think I will make a fucking video expose you motherfucking garbage trash bins?
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, it's so unfair that even if you call someone out, they will spread misinformation, and no one would stand up for you. I mean, I'm not asking for people to stand up for me.
You're standing up for yourself.
100%. I mean, that's what I do, bro. I keep it hundo.
Yeah.
I keep it hundo. But you just see how dirty and how weird this whole show business, especially this comedy game, is. Because and then I got people send me screenshots of the personal assistant saying all this crazy shit like, oh yeah, what if other people from other clubs ban him? Is that going to be my fault? Like, so anyway, what I'm trying to say is this whole comedy game is not about being funny.
Yeah.
Because if it was about being funny people would be on the lineups. But whoever is on the lineups is people who are meeting the diversity quota.
Yes.
Motherfuckers, a tranny, indigenous Australian in a wheelchair. It's not about who's funny.
Right.
They did a town hall meeting with at the Hollywood Improv where they were asking questions. The booker, Rita, and I guess a couple of the other bookers. I don't know which. The other bookers are dope. They're cool, but I guess whenever it comes, it's a corporation.
Yeah.
It's a corporation like any other. They did a town hall meeting, and what the booker, Rita, said was, this is what she said. She said, if I see someone crush and then the other person not crush and someone bomb,
Yeah.
I'm going to be inclined to pick the person that bombed if they're more original, because maybe the person who crushed said something that elevated the room's reaction, whatever. I don't know exactly that wording. So that's basically, you're like, this club's booker said she's going to pick not the funniest person, but the person who she thinks should get the spot. You're like, this ain't about comedy.
Right. That's wild, man.
Change it to fucking something else. Don't change it to the Hollywood improv comedy. Change it to Hollywood equity
Right.
comedy. What the fuck is equity?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody funnier than me in those fucking mics. And I used to host the showcase mic for years.
Yeah.
And I used to pick. She would be like, who do you recommend to host when you're not there? Who would you recommend to co-host with you? Who would you recommend to get the 5-minute cold opens in the main room? I used to help her with that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when I make a scene about her personal assistant, because her personal assistant can go and be like, oh, I feel threatened by this guy because I heckled him and he roasted me and he called me out. And he's like, okay, well, you're less important than this person who works at the club, so you're not allowed for this to come on this until 7:30. You're like, bro, have some respect. Ban me completely.
Yeah. That's what I had trouble with, and
Fuck your mother, Rita.
yeah.
And fuck Pablo Francisco, who used to be married to or date for a long time. Pablo Francisco's cool, man.
Yeah.
He's a sweet guy.
Yeah.
And Rita's cool too. But to be able to choose to throw me under the bus like that, and then not expect me to make a scene, you're fucking, you shouldn't be a booker.
Right.
You should go do something else.
Well, I feel like there's a conflict of interest too, because if it was a comedian, it's her assistant too. So if she, she would have to fire her and find another assistant, basically. So that's more work for her. You know what I mean?
Which
I
I
understand her point of view of that.
That's what I said. Hey, don't you want to have a sit down, talk to your assistant, tell her why she behaved like that, as opposed to going and saying, she's like, no, I don't want to know anything. I was like, okay, she's been doing she's been doing my joke. She did my joke, and I've been doing that joke longer than she's been doing comedy. She goes, no. I go, okay, I can prove it to you. I can prove it to you when I've been doing that joke, and when she started doing that joke. And then when I sent her the video, she's like, oh, we don't care about that. She said, we don't care about who about jokes. We care about the what they say and versus what you say. They're like, hey, it's only a couple of weeks. Just wait until April 1st.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
No.
As the booker says, hey, just don't come here for 2 weeks, and then everything is gonna. You're like, you dumb bitch.
Oh man. So what ended up happening then?
I mean nothing. I'm yeah. I
You still banned?
no.
Oh, okay.
No. But when this comes out, and when it's I mean, to me, it's you lose your entire reputation. You lose your entire fucking reputation.
Yeah, yeah.
As a, but I mean, nobody owes you nothing.
Yeah.
And just like you don't know anyone anything. But whatever is the truth is the truth.
Yeah.
I said, how was the first response you saying, hey, you're not allowed to come to this spot that you've been coming here for years because someone says something false about you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, am I a fucking weirdo?
Right.
Am I a fucking threat? Have you ever seen me do anything?
Yeah.
I go, everything that this person has said or represented has been false. And I have the proof.
Yeah.
I go, prove to me that whatever I'm saying is wrong. Prove to me that whatever I'm saying, prove to me I'm a liar. They're like, no, we don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about it. And then they buck past, they send it to the manager, and Ricardo was like, hey man, this is the decision we made, and you can come here after 7:30, you just can't be on any shows before 7:30, and you're like, bro, this is weird, bro, you're a weirdo, Ricardo. You're a weirdo, Ricardo.
Now you're only banned for certain hours.
2.5 hours.
It's confusing.
2.5 hours?
Like, who does that?
I mean, it's original. I've never seen anyone happen, so I take it's kind of cool to be banned from one of the biggest clubs.
It's hilarious
in the world for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but all of this is connected to the mayor of Burbank that we got removed.
How is it connected to this mayor of Burbank?
It all started during the school board meetings whenever Antifa and all these the tranny chomos would go and try to antagonize the parents of the North Hollywood and Glendale and the Valley school board district meetings. They would antagonize the parents. And one of these and I didn't know what was happening. And then I found out that there were these teachers who were teaching these kids, telling these kids that they don't have to go and tell their parents that they're taking them to these to the auditorium and teaching them about anal sex, and they had books in the library about an 11-year-old boy sucking another boy's dick.
Oh.
We had no idea, bro. Someone told me, they go, hey man, Antifa is in a school board meeting in North Hollywood and they're harassing these parents, these mostly moms. I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Antifa was at the school board meeting.
Bro, I didn't even believe any of this shit.
Yeah.
So I go and I meet up with one of the homie in North Hollywood. I'm like, so we go into the one of the school board, and then we're going there, and I see these faggots in these face masks, and it's threatening these parents.
Wow.
And so
What'd you do? That's what.
So
man.
So a couple of them went down to their cars in the alleyway, and then they got the North Hollywood experience. So from then on, there was like this big brawl where all these parents and everyone at the school board meeting beat up these Antifas, and a couple of them were sex offenders.
Yeah,
they're child molesters.
Wow.
And how this is connected was after we did that, I posted a video of Antifa getting beaten up in Glendale. That shit went viral. And then the mayor of Burbank at the time, Constantine Anthony, all right? Bro, this dude's a fucking retard.
Yeah.
he was at the meeting.
Yeah.
He's like a very like anti-constitution, anti-parents. He was one of the main guys at the SAG strike. He was always taking photos at the SAG strike. He's like repealed the Second Amendment. He's like defund the police title. Like that's his thing.
Yeah.
And he was the main one that was closing all the businesses in the valley during the lockdown. If they didn't
Yeah.
he would arrest business owners.
All right.
They're
Like a Karen. Like, bro, he
was the
restaurants.
He was the main person that was closing down businesses that refused to close down, and they would arrest the property owners.
Jeez.
So anyway, this dude was at the school board, and then all of a sudden, people sent me screenshots of these Antifa posts, with trying to cancel me, and they were like, "Oh, this guy, his Fanto, blah blah blah," and all these posters liked by this Constantine, this mayor. So he had so we start trolling him. I make a parody making fun of his his video where he's trying to run for city mayor or LA County supervisors. Anyway, so we start clowning on him, and then he did a podcast with the homies Wise Nuts podcast. Shout out to Wise Nuts podcast. And he was saying stuff like he doesn't know how many genders there are. There's no such thing as Antifa. There's no such thing as social revolutionaries, blah, blah, blah. And then there was a video where he's getting spanked by a drag queen in a school, in a classroom.
Okay.
He's getting spanked by a drag mayor. The mayor of Burbank.
He's getting spanked by a tranny.
By a drag queen.
Oh, a drag queen.
Worse than like whatever the fucking those weirdos are.
Yeah.
Anyway, that shit goes viral. And then so all these other comics that was like, you know, talking shit about me. And then when I went to their shows and they start crying, they're like, "Please don't hit me. I wasn't talking shit." They all told me that a couple of them told me that it was the mayor, that told them to go and try to cancel my shows, try to call the fucking thing. So we did that so much where he got removed from being the mayor of Burbank.
Wow.
Like he was the mayor, they just removed him.
Yeah.
And then he tried to run for some other higher office. Barely anybody voted for him. And he would always be in my stories every time I took a, and then I got an email.
Yeah.
I got a random text and I got emails by this private person that he didn't tell me who they were about some weird stuff that he did where his ex-wife, there was an audio of his ex-wife saying that he fucked a 16-year-old boy. So whenever you run for office or for Patreon, I might post that shit and all this fucking weird shit that he did. And one time he went to this pharmacy or this business that was opening up in the valley, and he's defund the police.
Okay.
This Constantine Anthony, he's defund the police, which means no police, no cops whatsoever. So then we showed up at this business where he was at.
Yeah.
And guess what he did? He called the police on us, and he had a police escort to get out of there. So this chomo cocksucker, Constantine Anthony, who's defund the police, who's repeal the Second Amendment, called the cops on us because we were there. No threat. We were just posted. And he was like, "Oh, I'm scared. Let's call the cops." And he had a police escort. You pussy.
Jesus.
So that's how all this shit started.
Wow.
And she's friends with these fucking chomo homos that were at the
Rita?
Not Rita, her personal assistant.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's how it ties in?
That's how it ties in.
Okay.
That's how it ties in.
Yeah.
So
you think she notified the mayor of Burbank about you, or?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They all, because they still send me screenshots of him liking, but on his Instagram, and then we'll post it. It really says autistic.
That he's autistic?
He says he's autistic.
Okay.
And I know 100% this fool's gay. He has his wife that's like maybe like a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
And he used to be a Lyft driver before he was the mayor of Burbank. He used to be a Lyft driver.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. So, you know, it's Hollywood. Welcome to Hollywood.
Yeah. That's wild, dude.
Yeah, bro. That's why
the mayor of Palos Verdes has my same exact name.
Eric Allegria?
Yeah.
Are you fucking
I
serious?
swear to God. And he's a white dude.
Please,
Like blonde hair, like he looks like fucking Ken, you know? And
please tell me he doesn't do comedy or acting.
no, he doesn't, thankfully. But the guy took my website. Well, I didn't pay my surname because I think I was gonna get yeah, like it. And then the dude just straight up fucking snatched my, my website name.
Did you ever try to contact him or his?
His people? No, not yet. I mean, because dude, he's an active mayor. So, I mean, I can't, what am I going to do?
What if we go and try to try to talk to him, try to get your website back?
Yeah, we could do
Gotta
that.
pay him double for what he paid.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a video of that.
And then Patreon, you guys want to see?
Yeah. Let us know if you want to see that video of us confronting the mayor of Palos Verdes.
Or you guys could be fucking close friends. You can be like, hey, bro, we got this fucking website. Or we can have him come on the podcast. Come on, bro.
Bro, what do we know about Palos Verdes, dude? That's like it's like the Malibu of the South Bay, dude.
Is that for San Diego?
No, it's like 15 minutes south of here. It's like right before you go over the hill to Palos Verdes.
It sounds wealthy.
Oh, no. It's like, it's Malibu, if not more. You know, yes.
Fucking good. What if she has like good coke? I mean, good nights.
Dude, yeah, maybe we could do a show at the mayor's house over there.
Well, let me ask you this: what do you have to lose?
Nothing. Well, maybe we'll get arrested, but
Arrested for? We're gonna go be like, hey,
I just don't want him to feel like we're harassing him. You know, dude.
No, he's probably, as I say, he's probably right leaning.
Yeah, probably.
He's probably be like, hey, man, you have the same name as my boy, and we have a podcast. You want to do our podcast?
Yeah.
Also, we're not straight. He's not a fucking a chomo like the Burbank mayor.
Yeah. Right.
He probably gets pussy. He's married.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Eric Allegra. You brought
And it's wild, man. Yeah. So let us know if you want to see that video of us.
They do, bro. Fuck them.
Yeah. What other videos are we gonna have coming up?
We're not gonna confront him though. We're just gonna be like, hey,
Yeah, we're just gonna show up.
we're gonna show. Hey, let me help you. Help us.
We're about to show up like, yeah, I'm here to work. I'm Eric Allegri.
Oh my God, that's the next level.
Like I'm the man.
I think we could. I think we could. It could be a more positive. We can be like, hey, my name is Eric Allegria. I live 50 minutes away. You got my website.
Yeah.
Can I get the website back? And do you want to do our podcast?
Right.
Plus, he'll get more. He'll get more of a feedback, and we'll go. Help him out. We'll do like a benefit comedy show.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we'll have a benefit.
Smart.
Yeah. I like the way you're thinking.
And then in terms of what other videos, bro, I got videos of me beating up a Lyft passenger after he tried to hit me.
Okay. For not wearing a mask?
No. This was way before the mask. This was on New Year's Day, on my birthday, because his whore wife slammed.
It was on your birthday and it was on New Year's Day?
I'm born January 1st.
Oh, okay.
And then it was the one, my last trip of the night, his whore wife, this bitch was from Ireland. She had this crazy Irish accent. And
like the most unsexy accent, right?
The most unsexy. It was like fucking, and I just asked her, she was screaming over the phone. I get it. It's New Year's Eve. I was like, I just asked, and this guy was a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Really nice fucking chill. He was reading. I was like, oh, do you mind not yelling in the back? As I'm dropping him off in Marina Del Rey someplace. I pick him up from Venice. I used to stay in Venice, Santa Monica area. And she slams the door. Oh, to me, bro, if you slam my door, no matter if you, we're fighting.
Yeah.
No matter if you're my aunt, my grandma, if you slam the door, that means you're trying to tell me something.
Right.
And I said, don't slam the door, you fucking cunt. And his husband, who was so nice the entire night, he kicks my car.
Oh.
Brother!
Oh.
Brother!
No.
I get out the car. I was like, he comes up, he comes to me. He has this fucking like I remember he was I when I recorded him, he said he's from, I remember talking to him, he said he's from Philadelphia, whatever. And he had this fucking, he was like coming to me, and I gave him a teep. Teep is Muay Thai, is like when you kick the stomach, and then you just go, bing. Yeah, I just gave him a teep, and then he was like, what's this? And I go, bing. And then he came, and then
You kicked him in the stomach?
yeah, just to get distance.
Yeah, right.
Because he was coming at me like some fucking Popeye shit.
Right.
And I'm like, he was like kind of a little older, but like, I'm not gonna let you.
Right.
I have to punish you for kicking my car.
Of course.
So and then I drop him, and then the cops come and they arrest me.
Jeez.
They put me in the fucking car, and then there was one valet homie. He barely spoke English, but he told the cops, he was like, no. He hit him first.
Yeah.
And then the cop was like, oh, I was like, and he's like, he hit him. So he took me, he took my handcuffs off, and the guy had booked it with his wife, and then he came back, and the cop was like, you want to press charges? I was like, no, I don't want to press charges. Just make sure you send me a thing so Lyft doesn't deactivate my account. And then I recorded this guy where I'm like, hey man, what happened? Why? He's like, you hit me. And I was like, why did I hit you? He was like, because I was in your face.
And he kicked your car.
And he kicked my car. But luckily nothing happened to my car. But at that time, you could charge them. You could say that they damaged your car and everything else, and they got charged like maybe $189. Yeah, but not, so.
Sure.
Oh, and I had a coffee, and I threw it at his wife.
Oh, wow.
Right in her fucking face.
She was a cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this was at the time, and then the Laugh Factory was having a New Year's party.
Yeah.
And I said, this is my time to finally get into Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
After all this thing that happened, I almost went to jail, didn't come to jail, blah, blah, blah.
It's your birthday?
I went, I was like, hey man, can I be in the, it's my birthday, can I get into Laugh Factory? This is like maybe 2 or 3 years before I got passed at the Laugh Factory. And then they're like, nah, get the fuck out of here. He's like, yeah, you're not invited. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I went and I had an ugly girl. This girl I was talking to, she was not the prettiest, but she gave me good head. So
That's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, good head goes a long way, ladies. It really does. Oh, man.
So we can post our video.
Of her getting your head?
No. That's OnlyFans. Yeah. Yo, I know. There's a few videos we can post.
Okay.
But it's probably gonna come out when we make it big.
Yeah.
No, you don't got any videos of you like fucking a bitch, and then you have the video, and then she has the video.
No.
No, you never recorded yourself.
No. I wanted to practice, make sure I was good before I recorded it, documented it.
You never have any footage.
No.
I got so many clips.
Yeah?
But way before clips. Yeah, I got so many fucking videos. I got so many videos. I know they will come out when you hit a certain level of fame.
Yeah.
I know they're gonna come out.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about Kanye is starting a porn company?
I think he's a fucking genius, man. I think that level of, I thought he was going crazy after. I think he did go crazy after his mom died because he was so close to his mom. And
yeah, I can understand that.
100%.
I can understand that.
100%.
Yeah.
And he did expose. He was the first person to expose how most of these music industries are run by Jewish Zionists who are like, if you don't follow the game plan, we gonna do this. And then they block this. They cancel this fucking all of his shit. His bank accounts.
Yeah.
Like if you do that, if someone says this people are so high ranking, and then people are like, no, they're not, and then they cancel your bank account just like they did to Andrew Tate, there's something there.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And then when Adidas cancels his contract and then they re-up on the contract, that just means you went against the grain and you came back. That's some gangster shit. But whenever he jumped and starts dissing Drake, I fucks with Drake. You know, there's a thing what happening with Drake against like Kendrick Lamar, Rick Ross, Future, Metro Boomin, all of his friends. I'm a big Drake fan.
Yeah.
And so I didn't like that. But
What do you think about the beef with Kendrick and Drake?
I never liked Kendrick.
No?
Never liked Kendrick. Because whenever the industry goes behind someone, you know, it just reminds me of them choosing who this person that's supposed to be the best fucking artist is out of the West Coast. It was like, nah. And plus, whenever he came out, don't get me wrong, his songs are great.
Yeah.
His productions are dope.
Yeah.
But he had an album where at the end of his album, he's interviewing Tupac.
Yeah.
He had like an outro that he's interviewing Tupac. I'm like, bro, who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah, yeah. Was it AI?
I mean, it wasn't AI. No, okay. This is like, what, 7 years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like him interviewing, like he's talking to Tupac, but they're using Tupac's other interviews.
Okay.
Not AI.
Okay.
But I'm like, what? You're like, what?
Yeah.
That's like when Eminem did a song with like Tupac, like with Tupac versus
A little bit more. Yeah. There you go.
So anyone that puts themselves on that high of a level where you think you're the best West Coast rapper or any rapper that you're basically talking to Eminem, or when Tupac, or when Eminem was making songs with Tupac verses with Jay-Z, it's like, bro, Tupac would never make a song with Jay-Z. He dissed Jay-Z, he dissed Nas, he dissed Biggie. He would, you know. So it's like, I don't like that posthumous fucking, we're going to make a song with all the Tupac. So to me, I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, yeah. But Drake's going to come on, he's going to come out on top anyways, right?
Hopefully. I mean, you never know if so many things is like fake, all this like made up beast. But you know, if I had to choose, I would choose Drake, just because one time when I was driving Uber, I had picked up this lady who on Sunset. This lady was like this music manager, and she had this this new artist, this musician. She was talking in the back, and I heard she goes, "We used to represent Drake." This girl, she was saying, and then we didn't care about Drake. She goes, we treated Drake and his crew like shit. And then when Drake's contract expired, there was a New York rapper who introduced Drake to Lil Wayne, and that's when Drake blew up. And I was hearing this conversation. She said, we shelved Drake. We just didn't think like a rapper / singer type would be so big. And this was like 9 years ago.
Wow.
8-9 years ago. And I'm like, man. So even these people didn't believe, like his representation said, oh, we don't give a fuck about him. And then some Lil Wayne found him, and then he's incredible.
Yeah.
So these people have no idea what is good, what is not good.
And that doesn't surprise me one bit. It goes back to what we were saying earlier.
Absolutely.
Yeah, about, it's not talent that wins out. It's, who you connected with.
Yes.
And who do you kiss up to, and et cetera,
Yeah. So no one knows. Like, don't take anyone's word.
No.
Don't take your representation or the booker or the manager or the industry or it's like these motherfuckers, they just want, in terms of comedy, they just want people to perform while people are just eating and then paying the check. The booker at the improv, Rita, she would tell me, we don't want to give you main room spots because you say like a lot of wild jokes. And I was like, yeah, but have I ever bombed? Have I not? When was the last time you see me do a cold open and not crush? Yeah. Like, that's not the thing. It's just, if you tone down your jokes, if you do different jokes, we'll give you more spots. I'm like, yeah, but this is comedy. I could never.
Yeah.
And over time, they're like, well, we got to deal with people who play ball. And I don't play ball when it comes to, my jokes and my how I see this. Like if I wanted to play ball, if I wanted to play politics, but I stick in the corporate world, I stick in business, I'll stay, you know, that's what I do.
Right. That's it. Yeah, I feel the same way. I was never one of those people that played ball and went along with everybody. I didn't want to be in a cubicle. That's why I got into this crazy game. Right?
Absolutely.
And to avoid all that bullshit, you know?
Yes.
And to be in this what we're doing and stuff and be confronted with that, it's like that's just like a spit in the face, dude.
100%.
Like I don't want anything to do with this. You know?
None of it.
And
that's why you call them out. That's why you put them down. That's why
that's a good thing. I totally agree. You know, but you know, Cat Williams is doing that. You know, other people are calling out people, and you know, and that's what they say. They say that 2024 is the year of discovery. You know,
year of discovery. Year of the dragon.
Yeah. People are gonna get discovered. People are gonna get called out. And, you know, it's all going to be out there. So
absolutely. So you got to do what you got to do. In my heart, I'm going to say this even before this podcast, our podcast is going to be huge. We're going to be, I mean, I can't speak for yourself. Like I believe in you so much. That's why I'm doing a podcast. That's why I've kept in contact. That's why I have so much faith in you as a performer, in yourself, as a, not even an actor. That blows my mind how, you know, that you've been doing this acting, but as a comic, like I you know,
you saw my commitment and you were always there. I know about you ran more shows than you. No, and that's just to get stage time because I didn't want to kiss anybody's ass to get booked. I didn't want to have to bring like 20 people to get booked. I was like, no, F this, man. I need to do something. I just need to get on stage, man, and fuck the politics and fuck all this other stuff. I just need to get on stage, man. I was a hustler. And that's part of the reason why I had to take a break because I think I got burnt out, bro. Because I was going hard for 10 years, dude. Like every day, dude. Like everywhere, and booking the rooms and stuff like that. And you know, it's tough, man. It takes a toll on you, dude. And then we're walking around, we're seeing these fake ass fucking comedians, dude.
Never been funny, man.
Never been funny, but then they're getting spots and then they're, you know, stealing people's jokes and then they're, you know, getting ahead and you're like, what am I doing wrong? Where this person, like, that thing was messing with my head, bro. It's like I was out here doing this every day and this person that just came to town that no one's ever heard of, all of a sudden is getting passed at these clubs. You're like, who are you? Like, it's like,
it doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
But that's why it's so hard to keep doing it, because these people are probably rich, have rich parents. I can't even tell you how many times I seen these alt comics at the time claim to be broke and have roommates, and all of a sudden, bro, I dropped off 4 of them. Or I've seen where they live, rich motherfuckers, bro. They just pretending to be broke.
Yeah.
Like it's us that you're doing 95 shows, hustling, grinding, and trying to make a life, but it's like they don't know whatever. It's a small threshold to make a room full of people laugh.
Right.
Because you only have 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
People don't give a fuck.
Right.
They only care about these big names.
Yeah.
Who are the top 1.1%.
Yeah.
So everyone else that they put in the club, they said, hey, don't do any offensive shit. Don't do anything that you think. So what these people are like, hey, we'll do whatever you want us to do.
Yeah.
As long as we get these comedy spots. We'll say, we'll perform however you want. You can rape us. We will suck a dick. We'll be trash. Everybody who works at these clubs, especially the Hollywood Improv Club, bro, all these employees, no one is going to get past. Most of them, they just get these cold opens and they stay there.
Or you get past and then you don't get any spots. Like the Laugh Factory, bro. You know how frustrating it was? Like, just to get on that Fresh Faces, right?
No, it's so hard.
And then the kill, and then to do all that stuff. And then Jamie comes up to you and it tells you your past. And then
which is a rare thing because Jamie never is there.
Great.
And for him to be there and then for someone to crush and then for him to pull you aside.
Right.
It's ridiculous. But they don't know. People don't know how hard it is.
Right. So, I mean, and to go through that, bro, and it's so frustrating. You're like, because, I mean, at the moment, it makes your day, right? And you're like, oh, God, finally, I got in front of Jamie. Finally, I got, I crushed, and he saw, and then he said I did a great job, and then he passed me, and then this, and then what? Then nothing. Then nothing.
Then nothing.
Yeah.
But that's why you got to create that something.
Yeah.
You got to keep pushing.
Well, that's why we're here, man. You know what I mean? It's just like, and that's it, dude. Like, we are fucking persistent, stubborn motherfuckers, and we're not gonna take no for an answer. And that's what, that's the part of people that you can't teach. Like, that's just so nobody taught you that. Nobody told you that. You're a fighter, dude, and you just keep going, and
that's the only way to make it. Because once you make it, and then you're flush, and then it's just money, but you have to still have the drive. Because nobody owes us nothing.
No,
like
it's true.
Nobody. No, we don't owe them anything.
Yeah.
Because what they have is temporary.
Right.
But if we can muster up the courage and the consistency and the work ethic to keep going, like you said, we've known each other 10 years plus. How many people have we seen that come and go? All those people that come and get passed and everything else, they don't continue. There's only few people that continue.
Yeah.
Maybe a handful.
Right.
Handful.
Right.
Everybody else, they go, you're like, what the fuck? I've never seen. I remember this person. Where are they now? Somewhere in fucking someplace doing a fucking thing.
Well, even look at the bookers, bro. Like, I think Rita is the only person that is still there out of all the other.
Nah, she replaced the previous booker, who I have the biggest crush on.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, bro. She was so gorgeous. She's still gorgeous.
What happened to her?
She got fired.
Oh, why?
She got fired. Again, like, they'll fire motherfucker. Like, it's and most likely Rita's gonna get fired, and everybody. It's like once you're in a corporation, it's not about comedy.
Okay.
It's about having people coming in and making money.
Right.
But you cannot, if this is about comedy and it's the funny business, you cannot say, oh, if I see someone crush and I see someone bomb, I'm most likely going to pick the person that bombed, because crushing is probably, they said something that the room, I was like, what?
Right.
You know how hard it is to fucking crush at the improv lab?
Yeah.
And I used to crush at that shit. I used to host that shit. I consider myself the best host, and many people told me, you the fuck, because I kept that shit rolling for 2 hours plus.
That's where everything went down?
Yeah.
In the lab?
Yeah. I mean, they're just a thing. But the thing is, these people they're not going to be here next year. Next year, we're going to be doing this. We're going to be getting paid. We're going to be doing better spots.
That's what was so frustrating with me, man, all the time, because I would see these people come into town and they're all gung-ho and they're rubbing elbows, kissing up to everybody. And then you're just shaking your head. You're like, motherfucker, you're going to be gone in a year, bro. You're not even going to be here. Like, why? That's why, bro, I wouldn't even, entertain the whole situation, man. Like, I'd be like, I wouldn't even make friends with these people, man. Like, I would be like, you're gonna be gone in a year, dude. Stop, who are you kidding? And I was right. Like, dude, 99% of the time, dude, I was right.
And we're right now. So the whole point is, you got to keep going. And look, bro, look at fucking Kanye West, fucking Rogan. The old system don't work anymore, especially when I believed in the old system. I was like, maybe if I stick around and do this. No, they literally said, hey, you can't come here because you made a scene with someone that works here.
Sure.
I didn't steal a joke. I didn't do some wild shit. I didn't steal money. I didn't fucking mess up property. I didn't hurt anyone. I didn't threaten anyone. They said, hey, you just cannot do... You can buy. They're like, okay.
Right.
But, this is how I'm going to react. I'm going to put you on blast.
Right.
I'm going to expose this fucking...
Right.
This fucking...
Aren't you worried about then getting banned again?
I mean, they're not. They're not gonna put me on shows anymore. Like even if I'm like I'm allowed back, but they're not gonna be like, oh, Fanto, let's give him menu spot. Ain't no shit. I'm not that dumb.
No?
No, they're not gonna give me the spot. You think they're gonna be like, oh, we didn't let you come for 2 hours, but don't worry, everything is cool now. You're gonna get spots. Nah, they can suck my dick.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I still go to the mics. I'm gonna go.
But here's the thing too, like what people don't realize is that a lot of the spots, probably like 80% of the spots, if not more, are booked by the whoever's producing the show.
Yeah, yes, in the lab, yes, and a lot of people try to produce. But when I run my shows, I can run my show at any of these clubs, but they take such a big percentage. I want to make money as well.
Yeah,
I want to pay these comics.
Yeah,
but you can perform at any club. So there was a few comics, bigger name comics, that hit me up after I posted that video. They said, hey, we used to work at the improv. We used to try to get spots at the improv, and the improv either fired us or didn't get us spots, but then when we got bigger, when we blew up, they said, hey, come back, we'll give you all the spots that you want. So these people will quit, these people will get fired, but if you keep on doing, if you increase your followers, if you keep on getting better at what you're doing, there's no way these people are not going to give you, they're going to be sucking your dick. They're going to be sucking my dick. They're going to be sucking our dick, saying, hey, we'll pay you this much, come and perform. But that's what drives me personally.
Yeah.
Like I love when somebody says like, hey man, you're not allowed at this club, or you're not blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, watch.
Yeah.
Watch. Like I'm gonna be the fucking best.
Yeah.
You know, and I love this. I love this drama, man. I love this fucking fire. I love when they say you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
You can't, this thing you can't do. I was like, man.
Yeah.
You have no idea. You just woke me up.
Right.
Before I was like, I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. I come here, I'm hosting this, blah, blah, blah. And then they go, no, you're like, it's game time.
Right.
It's crunch time, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I like about it, man. It's like a sport.
It is a sport.
Yeah.
But it's only like, you have to be determined. You have to know what working hard is. And that's why it's not just about being funny. Being funny is about 25%.
Yeah.
If
less.
Yeah, like max.
Right.
It's about being a fucking navigating with these disgusting weirdos.
And that's a mind fuck though, right there. It's like saying be a professional bodybuilder, but being big and strong is 20% of being a bodybuilder. You'd be like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm in the gym like 100 hours a fucking week.
They're like, no, it's not about that.
It's not about that.
No, it's how
that's a mind fuck.
It's if the gym likes you or not.
Right.
You're like,
yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck the gym.
Right.
You got to get banged out. But yeah, man, you got to keep going. You got to keep doing it. And there's no other way but success.